We are pretty sure most basketball fans already have the rundown on LeBron James' stats on court, but were you aware that at one point in his life, he refused to be measured upon surpassing a certain height? Were you also aware that he's part owner of a pretty famous football team? For today's episode, we'll be talking about interesting facts that you never knew about the basketball superstar, so keep watching to know more. LeBron James got his first tattoo in high school. Aside from his towering stature of 6 foot 9 inches, one of the noticeable features of the NBA star are his tattoos. He's got 24 tattoos so far, and the first one he got way back when he was still attending high school. Back then, James graced the cover of Sports Illustrated's February 2002 edition, which was quite a feat considering he was just 17 years old at the time. To commemorate this event, he tattooed the words "Chosen One" across his back, which was taken from the magazine's description of calling him the Chosen One. It's also because of his magazine that people likened him to another great basketball superstar who is none other than Michael Jordan. And speaking of tattoos, he got into trouble having them since he was attending a private Catholic school that made him cover them up during games using white tape. He grew up without a father. Off the court, James is known as a family man and showers not only his wife Savannah, but his 3 children as well, with love and affection. Compared to his children, did you know that LeBron James grew up without a father? When he was born, James's father was serving life behind bars, so it was only him and his mother, Gloria. She was only 16 when she gave birth to James, so she struggled to provide for him. Despite him not having a father, it inspired him to be a better dad to his children. What other career could he have taken? Unlike most athletes who grew up solely focused on playing basketball, James played football, and it's because of his coach, Bruce Kelker. At the time, Kelker was looking for the new players to recruit in his youth football team when he came across James and his friends. He and his friends took part in a foot race to which James won by a shocking 15 yards. From there, he was recruited to play for East Dragons, where he was part of for 9 years. Back then, he showed impressive skills at the sport, and in one of the most memorable in his East Dragons career, he managed to execute a long touchdown of 80 yards during his first handoff season at the team. Even as a child, he was already drawing attention because of his height, and it even came to a point when parents from the opposing teams complained that he was too big and too fast during games. At some point, they even demanded seeing his birth certificate to confirm his age. He continued playing football until high school and also started playing basketball as well. However, during a game in his senior year, James injured his wrist that led to a 2-month recovery. Because of this, he decided to waive the football season and instead focus on recovering so he could participate in the senior basketball season, and the rest is history. He is left-handed. Seeing how James plays on the court, we see the NBA star shooting hoops and dribbling with his right hand, but contrary to what a lot of people know, King James is actually a left-handed person. He uses his left hand for dominant and regular tasks such as writing, eating, as well as almost every other activity in life except in basketball. In the industry, it's called mixed-handedness, and it's not that uncommon among players. Aside from James, Russell Westbrook also plays ball using his right hand but is left-handed off the court. On the other hand, Ben Simmons shoots using his left hand but writes using his right hand. The Wall Street Journal published a report earlier this year in March that stated 8% of the league's all-star players in the last 10 years play with one hand and write with the other. Later, we'll reveal to you what famous football team he's part owner of, and you won't believe how he spends $1.5 million on a certain aspect of his life. So keep on watching to find out. He and his mom moved around a lot when he was a kid. Giving birth to James at 16, his mom was still a minor then, and as such had to struggle a lot to make ends meet. From the age of 3 until he was in high school, LeBron James didn't have a permanent home, so he and his mother lived from one friend's apartment to the other and heavily relied on friends and family to put up with their accommodation. It was a pretty common occurrence for him to sleep on couches. Back in the 4th grade, he missed almost 100 days of school because they moved around 6 to 7 times that year alone. Despite the hardships, the mother and son duo always found help in their friends, especially the families that became friends with when they were staying in Akron. Some reports even saw James hanging out with a few of his friends from his neighborhood, and he even had Akron inked on his body, who he credits as one of the communities that raised him. The house where 4 generations of his family lived was demolished years ago, but it's been said that James still visits the area when he has the time. From a kid who slept from one home to the next, LeBron James now boasts of a net worth of $850 million, which just shows how far he has come. He owns part of Liverpool FC. Yes, you read that right. LeBron James owns part of England's professional football club, the Liverpool FC. Back in 2011, James bought a 2% stake in the prestigious club for £4.7 million, which he bought with his business partner, Maverick Carter. The duo became the first black partners at FSG upon investing, and as of 2019, James's stake is estimated to be worth around $43 million. Aside from this, LeBron James also has a handsome portfolio of various investments, which include a pizza chain and a production company. ESPN reported that James and his business partner made an initial investment worth $1 million in Blaze Pizza Chain. He has an approximate 10% stake in the business now, and he now stands to gain at least $25 million, as reported by Darren Rovell of ESPN. LeBron James and Maverick Carter founded the Spring Hill Company, which is an entertainment development and production company founded in 2020, of which Serena Williams serves as one of its board of directors. One of the company's recent deals is with Redbird Capital Partners, along with Fenway Sports Group, Epic Games, and Nike, which is worth $725 million according to Los Angeles Times' recent report. He follows a healthy lifestyle. As an athlete, LeBron James takes great care of his body since he knows it's his biggest asset. He follows a strict regimen and is not afraid to burn cash for a healthy lifestyle. It's been reported that James spends an average of $1.5 million annually just to take care of his body. Although he doesn't follow a strict meal plan, fellow NBA star Tristan Thompson once revealed that James has a sweet tooth and even said that King James eats desserts with every meal. He loves sweets. He loves sweets. He eats desserts and French toast. It's crazy how his body just burns it, Thompson revealed. Even if James's meal plan may be somewhat all over the place, he makes up for it by going extra hard during workout sessions. And according to many, he exudes discipline in this aspect. LeBron James is a generous philanthropist. Due to his humble beginnings, LeBron James never forgot where he came from and always knows how to give back to the community and the less fortunate in life. Through the years, the basketball star has poured efforts into several charitable organizations, especially in his hometown of Akron, Ohio. In 2006, he established the LeBron James Family Foundation in Akron, wherein every year they organized a bike-a-thon called the Wheels for Education to raise money for various causes, but mainly for the children in Akron, so they have access to education and a place to go to after school. From there, it developed into a program to help at-risk children by mentoring and helping these children with education and extracurricular activities. Some other charities he worked with included the After School All-Stars, Boys and Girls Club of America, the Children's Defense Fund, Gabriel's Angel Foundation, and 1x1. Just this year, he partnered with the University of Akron to offer scholarships to needy children. And in 2019, he also opened a new school in the area, which was named I Promise School. It didn't stop there. At the moment, James is in the middle of building a 50-unit housing complex in his hometown to help address the problem of homelessness. Included in the housing are retail, dining, and event spaces. With that, we're wrapping up today's episode on several shocking facts you never knew about LeBron James. Do you know something about this NBA star that we don't? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe with the notification bell before you go. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you at the next episode.